Have you ever sat with someone in their final moments? That sacred space when they're transitioning from living to dying. That moment when they want to speak their final words. And when they do, their words carry weight. They linger. They stay with you. They change you. Now imagine the final words of the Savior of the world. What would they mean for you today? Hey friend, I am Lyria Gordon. Thank you so much for sitting with me today as we reflect on the sacred journey of Jesus through his 7 final sayings from the cross. These were not just whispers of pain. They were declarations of purpose, revelations of divine love, and a blueprint for how we live, trust, forgive, and surrender. Now let's take a moment to journey through each one and ask ourselves, what is Jesus still saying to us today? First saying, Father, forgive them. Jesus began with forgiveness, showing us that mercy always outweighs offenses. Who do you need to forgive so that you can finally be free? Second saying, today you will be with me in paradise. Even in agony, Jesus extended hope, reminding us that it's never too late for grace. Who in your life needs that same kind of hope through your words, presence, or your prayers? Third saying, woman, behold your son. Even in his pain, Jesus made room for love, honoring the people entrusted to him. What about you? Are you caring for the relationships God has placed in your life, even when it's hard or inconvenient? Okay, let us now move to the fourth saying. My God, why have you forsaken me? Jesus felt the weight of abandonment, so you would never have to face yours alone. In your darkest moment, when life hits you with the unexpected, can you believe that God is still near? Can you truly believe that God will never forget you, that he will never forsake you? Can you do that, or will you allow the enemy to have free head space running in your mind that God has forsaken you? Now, what about the fifth saying? I am thirsty. More than just physical thirst, Jesus longed to fulfill the Father's will. What are you longing for? And where are you feeling dry? And what would it look like to drink deeply from the living water so you can be refreshed and refocused for your purpose? The sixth saying, it is finished. Let me tell you, Jesus wasn't quietly giving up. He wasn't tapping out. Jesus made a bold, final declaration. Mission accomplished. My assignment completed. For me, I have got to finish and publish my 40-day devotional and journal. At the end of the day, God has the final say by May 7th. Hold me accountable in the comments, okay? Ask me about it. So, what about you? What has God told you to start or finish? What unfinished assignment is he placing back in your heart? And finally, the seventh saying, Father, into your hands I commit my spirit. With his final breath, Jesus showed us what complete surrender looks like. Trust in the Father with everything. So, what are you clinging to? And what would it mean to finally place it in God's hands, fully, freely, and without fear? It is so important to remember, Jesus' last saying weren't just powerful back then. They are transformational today. Each word was intentional. Each phrase, a lifeline. Each breath, a message. Jesus didn't just die for you. Jesus spoke to you. He modeled trust in the midst of pain, obedience in the face of suffering, love that crossed every line, and purpose that reached beyond the grave. And even now, Jesus is still inviting you to follow him fully, faithfully, and without hesitation. Before I go, can I ask you something? What will you do with Jesus' final words? Will you choose to forgive even when it's hard? Will you offer hope to someone who is hurting? Will you honor the relationships God has placed in your life? Will you trust God's presence even in your darkest moments? Will you drink deeply from the Word instead of running on empty? Will you finish what God told you to start? And will you finally surrender it all into his hands? I challenge you to take time to journal your response to each of the 7 sayings. Spend time in prayer and let him speak to your heart. Share this devotional with someone who needs to know that Jesus is still speaking, and he's speaking directly to them. As I leave these final thoughts with you, remember, at the cross, grace flowed, mercy spoke, and love hung there, thinking of you. Now let's carry Jesus' words in our hearts. Let's live like those who have been forever changed by the cross. And as always, let's grow and let's go. See you soon. Bye.